like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. And this is an edition of Car Conversations on Jay Lee's Corner. Okay, I hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. It's hump day. Oh, it's hump day. You know, I'm just out here with my scarf on my way to work. Got a whole regular scarf on too because it's a bit chilly. Not cold. Like, I don't need a coat. I got like a little thick little shirt on. But you need a little scarf, okay, to knock the chill off or whatnot. But if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole Jaybird. Dun, 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 and all that good shit. Okay, so I watched a couple of shows today, and since I'm driving to work, I'm gonna see how many I can get through. Okay, based on the title, y'all will see what I got through. Hold on, ambulance coming through. Okay, so I watched Married at First Sight, The Reunion. I watched Boomerang, and I also watched If Loving You Was Wrong. I don't know if I can get through all three of these in the next 15-20 minutes, but we're gonna see. We're gonna start with Married at First Sight, okay, the reunion special. Now, I don't think it needed to be an hour and a half. I do think they, kept reiterating and kept going over the same things. It was, it could have been just an hour. But, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. So, we're going to start with the people who, we was like, oh, okay, it is what it is, and it's fine. And then the grand resistance, which is Luke and Kate. So, Keith and Christine are still married, of course. They, to me, are the cutest couple. They really did match, and that's cool. You can see that they are happy together. I thought they were going to announce they were pregnant, but they're not pregnant. They're buying a house. That's amazing, considering the fact that neither one of them lived on their own. They both lived with their parents. So, that's great. I need to get over. Let me get in front of this car. So, that was cool. They both said how, things, they've gone through things too. Not too much of things or whatever. But I feel like, because at this point, the reunion was 3 months after the, they've aired whatever. So, at this point, they've been married for like 5 months. So, even if you are in a relationship for 5 months, that's enough time for you to really grow to love someone. And Keith and Christine now do say they love each other. Again, they're buying a house. They're happy together. They still have a whole bunch of sex. It's still a great relationship. I wish they would be on like Happily Ever After or whatever, but she's not, who knows. But, that was cool. AJ and Stephanie are still together. Shockingly. I'm like, he ain't over there, I'm saying, getting upset or whatever. For me, AJ was using excuses for his anger. He like, well, the show, the producers. I'm like, no, motherfucker, you have a temper problem. You do. And they kept showing all the times he was being this rude and mean and attitudey during the season. And, he like, well, yeah, I'm very protective of marriage and very, very protective of my wife. And her, like a good wife, was like, well, yeah, he's very protective of me. So I'm not that good expressing my feelings. We see, because you have not expressed how you are unhappy with how he acts. We can see that you're not that expressive in your feelings or whatever. We get that completely, Stephanie. But she's like, so sometimes if he know I feel some kind of way, he reacts. But the way he reacts is fucked up. And even when, Kevin was asking us, Kevin Frazier was a great host. Kevin Frazier did such a great job in not letting them get off with bullshit answers and not really, owning whatever it was they was going through. So, when Kev was asking him a couple questions or whatever, and then AJ was trying to blame production. Well, production this and production that, and they was you seen stuff. She's like, don't do that, don't do that. So, but she tried to quietly do it as if we didn't see her or hear her say it to him. So, you know, Kevin was like, oh, so you do, if there is something within your marriage that if he's being seen too much, you know how to calm him down. You can get him to come down a couple pegs. She's like, well, yeah, you know, we do have that. So that is a plus. And if she says she's happy, that's great. They had went on a trip. They had just kind of decompressed from the show. Because I get the show can be stressful. So they went to Africa, went to like different countries, to different parts of Africa on a little, they went on safari and all this different stuff. And they, you know, got closer. You know, they got a new house together. And all that stuff. So, you know, again, they together, they happy, but I told y'all, I still think he's kind of a murderer. Just a little bit. Jasmine and Will, see, now I know their names. Jasmine and Will are still not together. They are officially divorced. We've seen her sign the divorce papers. And she was talking about, when she was signing them, how, you know, her and Keith still, you know, have a conversation. What was Keith? Will. They still like are friendly, and they had, you know, talks, you know, here and there. And she was saying how he was suggesting that after they get divorced, they could still date. I said, bitch, what? That's dumb. What you could have did was still try to date her for a little while and got divorced if it really, really didn't work. Now, a lot of people was commenting on my video like, oh, you know, it's a good thing that Will and Jasmine broke up. They're not compatible, girl. Compatible. Because of how she views things, how he views things. And I do think that's true, but I think both of them could have worked on compromise. Because marriage is about compromise. So you don't want to get with someone who is not able to compromise. And, you know, but I get both sides. You know, I just wish they could have worked out. It's my point. That's my opinion. And I said what I said. But again, him saying how, oh, they can possibly still date was some bullshit in my opinion. You know, Will brought up how, you know, he did not want to be divorced, but, you know, they just, you know, things did not work out or whatever. And so when they asked, like, well, is there any chance that y'all could possibly get back together? She said, well, let's see what he say. I know that's my girl. Don't say shit first. Let him talk first. You can avoid saying the wrong thing and make yourself look gullible. Even though I would have said no point blank to the period. I would not have given him the chance to say, oh, yeah. And then, no. You said no then. Just, we got divorced. Fuck it, okay? He then said, well, you never know. You know, we could date 2 years down the line, or, you know, we could still be friends or whatever. And she said, I don't see the point of us being friends today and later. I don't get it. So, you know what I'm saying? For me, the door is closed. She's like, no, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's kind of, and I agree with her. I do. So that's what, and even though he was like, you know, I do find her attractive, like, and I know she kept saying how she wanted to cut my light on, and she did, and they're like, but you never had sex with her. Like, how can you say like she was doing things to get you turned on, but you didn't do nothing with her, bruh? Will, shut up. Just be quiet, Will. Just go ahead about your business. Find somebody else to marry and let it be that. And last but not least, Luke and Kate. They are fully divorced. Look, Luke is gay. I don't mean that in no shade, because I love gay people as well. I believe Luke is gay, and he's just not out the closet, and he does not want to be outed on television. I also feel like he wanted to be on television. I do. He treated her like shit, but she accepted it. You know, they went on to say how all season, when she would say the word kiss, or when he would say the word kiss, they were talking about sex, because they were actively having sex during the season, except whenever they would have sex, he said he would have not normal reactions after sex. He would feel, you know, disgusted. He would cry sometimes. I'm like, no tea, no shade. That's sometimes people do when they don't. Girl, he said it's because he was being forced to have sex. Meaning, basically, she was sexually harassing him, and he had to go through with it. And she said, but sometimes you initiated the sex. She's like, sometimes, yes, I would ask. Like, but it was more of like a 60-40 thing on who would ask. You would ask sometimes, but then so would I. But I'm like, Kate, you kept fucking him knowing how you felt. Both of y'all kept interacting in sex with each other, knowing how the other person felt. He knew he didn't want to do it. She knew he didn't want to do it. But even when he initiated it and went through with it, you saw how he acted afterwards. Once somebody tell me after sex they feel dead inside, they don't like it, and they crying in the corner, and it ain't for pleasure, I don't want to fuck you no more, bro. You can't even get me moist if that's how you act. I'm done with the whole relationship. So I feel like both of them played us all season, because Kate was trying to respect her marriage and do what he asked her to do. I get that. I completely get that, but it was also some bullshit afoot. And he was just, and she was like, your your Facebook page still says how you date men and women. It says right now that you're in a relationship with a man. Well, my friends in high school did that to be funny. She's like, but you have gay friends. Like, how would it be funny to say you date a man? Like, that's not funny. Especially if you have gay friends. Like, you don't find that stuff funny. You know what I'm saying? And in high school, that was like, 10 years ago? You ain't changed your Facebook page in 10 years? Bruh. Liar. Luke is gay. And ain't nothing wrong with that. He wants a penis. Okay? And even Kate was like, yeah, because I'm only going to get to do this one show because I'm almost at work. Kate said, yeah, even after we got married on our honeymoon, not honeymoon, on the night, the evening of the wedding, or the honeymoon stuff, whatever, he was like, yeah, well, give me the dish on the other ladies. Like, he wanted gossip on the girls. I feel like he did it to be on TV, to have the experience, and probably take it and do whatever he's going to do with it. But I don't think he realized how bad it's going to make him look. And don't nobody trust that person. Nobody. He's going to say, oh, yeah, the people's perception of me, or the feedback I've been getting from people is good. Where? At your family reunion? At your parents' house? At your sister's house? Damn sure not from America. Bruh, don't lie. You're lying, bruh. You're lying. Your slip is showing. You're lying. You can't. We can see your slip. You're lying. You're telling us fibs. Telling us stories. So she even brought up how, I guess the first night after they had sex, and he was crying in the corner, how he feels so dead inside or whatever. He said, oh, what, do you think I'm gay? Think I'm a homosexual? And I'm like, no straight man asked that question. Not nan straight men ask a woman if they think they gay. They just don't. They don't. You know who asked that question? Men who are gay, but they want to know if somebody else think they gay. That's who asked that question. Because no straight man thinks that way. I don't care what you say. Okay? They just don't. And, apparently Kate had a list of like 40 ways you can tell if you gay or something. I'm like, well, who made that list? And they're like, well, how did you have it? And she said, well, a friend of mine sent it to me. I feel like at the wedding, because Kate knew him and her friend knew him, they probably had already heard rumors of this or rumors of that. And once you see somebody who you can look up shit. You can go to their YouTube. You can find out shit. I know you is now? Okay, I'm going to find some stuff out. And she said, well, my friend sent it and I just had it. So when he said it, I said, oh, well, here we go. Okay, so again, it could have been that once she realized that she knew, it's like, oh, didn't we think he was gay? I'm surprised he's giving me anyone. You know what I'm saying? It could have been that whole thing. But their whole time on the reunion, it was a lot with them, because it was so much to unpack from the whole season, and how we found out that they had been having sex all season, and then calling it kissing. Then he said after decision day, she came over and I put her to bed. So supposedly after decision day, she said it was around Halloween time or whatever. She said he called her, he texted her and said she should come over. And she first said, well, no, whatever. And he said, well, no, I'll come over. Some kind of way, she came over and he let her in. Period. And, all he said was he put her to bed. And she said she had, something to drink or whatever. I'm like, if you had sex with that man after decision day, then Kate, you put yourself through that. Like, it's crazy. But, now Kate has gotten her job. She's back to working. She got a promotion. She dating some guy she's been dating for like 2 months. Jasmine has met him. I think it's cute that her and Jasmine are like, oh, it's almost a dead goose. in the middle of Greenfield. Oh, Lord Jesus. And it's just there, almost getting hit. I'm like, I wonder where the goose came from. Or, I don't know if it's a goose or something like that. You know, we have birds that walk back and forth across the streets. I'm surprised it's all the way out here. Real low. Anyway, so, yeah, so she got a boyfriend. Well, I'm happy that her and Jasmine, like, kind of hang out and they cool or whatever, because both of them kind of, you know, are divorced. So I guess it makes sense. I like how they asked, when all the couples were together, they kind of asked them their opinion on Luke, and they all felt like, you know, he wasn't the best person to Kate. But I feel like Kate put up with it. They both lived a whole lot on camera. I'm at the point of Married at First Sight, it's supposed to be some kind of truth to it. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, I think somebody said Married at First Sight should be like Big Brother. When they put them in a house, there should be cameras in the house to catch stuff. I completely agree. Because if anything this season taught them is you don't really know what's going on in the house. Because it's only when the cameras are around that they show you what they show you. I feel like they should say, okay, the house we should be real world style. Put the cameras in the house. We don't need no camera crew. Okay, not for in the house stuff. When you go on somewhere else, yes, cool, whatever. But I mean, we had no idea what was actually going on with Luke and Kate. It was fucking the whole time. Lord Jesus. Anyway. She said, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love my bed and my mama. And this is my mama. Hello, mother. No, I saw your text messages and I'm driving to work and I'm doing a car conversation and now you're stalking me. But you said you were in a meeting, so I said I would call you back after your meeting. I saw it after I was leaving. Well, as I was leaving. I'll call you back in a minute. Love you. We stalk each other a lot. Anyway, so I forgot what I was saying. I'm not gonna cut that out. But yeah, they were saying how Luke. They was basically you get the. I went on long enough. I might watch the next season that comes on in like June or like I think it comes on in June. I always watch the first couple episodes to see if it's actually good or not. To see if I'm gonna tune in for the whole season, or not. Like it just be slow, you know. It be slow, but the reunions, you know, I enjoyed that. I think once I've seen the most of it, I can, you know, then talk about it. But those little boring ass parts, I'm like, I can't. They were sitting around eating lobster, looking at each other. I'm like, that's boring. I don't have nothing to talk about. So I only got through Married at First Sight. So this video will be just Married at First Sight. I'll have to do If Loving You Was Wrong and Boomerang on my way home from work. In the dark, probably. But everybody have a great hump day, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace.
He's like love, 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 and music.